This is Maven. He is not normally a very cuddly kitty, and he tolerated me for as long as he could. Um, I needed him to comfort me when I read this arc because I was a sobbing mess, like a complete sobbing mess. All right, so I finished the first part of Chainsaw Man, and someone owes me an apology because I was completely traumatized reading One Piece. Actual emotional heartache. And someone on the internet knew that I was reading Chainsaw Man and didn't think it was a good idea to tell me not to continue into volume 9 until I had emotionally recovered. So I'm going into this. I would go to the mall, I see a nice shirt with Pochita on it, and I'm just like, that is a sign I need to pick Chainsaw Man back up and read Volume 9. This is a warning put into the internet. Do not read Volume 9, 10, or 11, specifically 9, until you have emotionally recovered from whatever else is happening in your life. If you're upset about anything or any other media, or you've read a really sad arc, do not read Volume 9 of Chainsaw Man. Oh my god. We pick right where we left off with the escape from hell and the Darkness Devil and Santa and all that fun stuff. Power is completely traumatized, complete PTSD. Aki has lost an arm. The Angel Devil has lost both his arms. Like, everyone is still feeling the effects of what happened in the previous volume. Now, Power is taking it extremely hard. She is scared of everything. She can't be left alone. Denji's taken it upon himself to take care of her. They're sleeping in the same bed. He's holding her at night. When she wakes up traumatized and scared and screaming, he's there to comfort her. She can't shower on her own. She can't bathe on her own. So Denji is in the shower and in the bath with her, and even states very specifically, like, it's weird that this doesn't feel naughty. It's just, like, comforting. He's just taking care of her. To the point then when Makima says that, hey, why don't you and I go on that trip together we talked about? He's like, no, I can't. I need to stay here and take care of Power. I can't let Aki take care of her by herself. And for Denji to turn down Makima, I mean, come on now. Power asked Denji, like, don't hate me for what I'm asking you to do. Don't hate me for making you give up on your trip with Makima that you were so looking forward to doing. And Denji just brushes it off, like, why don't you start with apologizing for hitting me with that stolen car? And she's just like, I did no such thing. She lets him feed on her blood, and later on, we go on a trip with Aki to visit his family's grave. And what should have been a very depressing trip for him is filled with all antics is the word I'm trying to say, between Denji and Power, just goofing off that he's too distracted by them to really feel sad. And it's just nice seeing the three of them bonding through their trauma and coming together and being a family. This leads Aki to realize that he cares more about protecting Denji and Power than he does his own quest for revenge against the Gun Devil. So when they were in Hell, Aki had seen Denji and Power die, and he's remembering that, and he's like, it's not worth it. It won't be worth it to lose them. So he goes to, was it the trainer? I think it was the trainer, and being like, I want to pull out of the mission to go after the Gun Devil. It very specifically, he doesn't really tell him that, but it's just like, he's not willing to risk Power and Denji. So if it means all three of them have to pull out and not be involved in this mission, then that's what it takes. And he is specifically told the mission will go on without you. They're going to go take on the Gun Devil, and you're not going to know what happens. You're not going to know if it was a success or not. If the Gun Devil is alive or dead, the creature devil responsible for killing your family will be a secret to you. And we know that Aki is going to die soon for all the contracts he made. So he will die not knowing what if his family was avenged. His entire purpose for life right now, or previously. And he is completely fine with that. He's done. So the trainer passes along that message, only for Makima to say, of course, you can pull if you want, but Denji and Power are like governmental controlled, blah, blah, blah. They are going to continue on this mission with or without you. I'm not letting them pull out. So he's just like, never mind then, I'm in. And Makima Pure manipulation at its finest. Makima then explains that the Gun Devil isn't really on the loose anymore. It's effectively already been taken down, and parts of it are being held by different governments across the world. The governments are still trading guns around and blaming it on the Gun Devil. And when Aki's like, no, everything's so strictly regulated because the Gun Devil is loose and the fear of the Gun Devil. And Makima is just like, yeah, 37% of it is owned by, like, other devils, but everything else is in government control. So our plan is just to go and get it from other governments, because right now they are allowing the illegal trading of guns, knowing that the fear of guns will make the pieces of the Gun Devil in their control even more powerful. And it's really, like, stuff like this why I like Chainsaw Man. It's crazy, it's over the top, it got some immature humor put in there, but it also allows for conversations like this without feeling preachy to me. It's a little preachy, but not overly so. And the idea of when gun attacks happens, it just fuels the sale of more guns, which results in more gun violence and gun death. But they're not going to do any regulations to actually stop it because it would cut into the bottom line and the power that they have. And I think that was just a good execution done in the story. Cut to the future devil telling Aki that he and Power are both going to be killed by Denji, and then the devil that all of their devils fear is going to appear. And they're like, what the hell are we supposed to do with that information? Aki goes to the hospital where the angel devil is, again, no arms, and they're just like, hey, I've been told I'm going to die soon, I've been told Power's going to die with me, like, I'm going to go attack the Gun Devil on my own, I'm going to finish this, I'm probably going to die in the attempt, and you, being like one of them governmental devils, are probably going to be put down, so here's like a recommendation letter from me, hopefully it saves your life, I don't want you to die because these two are friends, I refuse to believe otherwise. Make some contracts with other employees, like, just keep yourself alive. And the angel devil is just like, why are you telling me all this? Before he gave him the letter, just like, why are you telling me all this? There's nothing I can do to save you. And that's when he gives him the letters, like, I just don't want you to die. Because again, they're friends. The angel devil's just like, sometimes the people that I kill with my powers or life I take, they haunt me in my dreams, and if I don't try to save you, I don't want you haunting my dreams as well. So let's go find Makima, and maybe she can help us. So they go, and they find her on the beach. The rage I feel towards this woman. Okay, so he goes to her, and is just pleading, I will give all of myself. I will make whatever contract you want with any devil you want, if it means Power and Denji are safe. If they are protected, if they are safe, and they are happy, that is what I want. I will make any deal with any devil. And Makima looks this man in the eyes and said, well, why don't you make a contract with me? I said she was a devil or a fiend of the fear of government. I was not far off, because this manipulative woman who has been manipulating Denji from chapter 1, threatening to kill him, denying him like an education and an actual peaceful life, forcing him or threatening to kill him into government servitude, hunting devils, and just manipulating his mind, has been revealed to be the control devil, which probably would be more obvious. That should have been my first thought, but I still kind of like the idea of the fear of government, but you know what? Control works too. I hate this woman with every fiber of my being. So, cut to the President of the United States, who makes a deal with the gun to summon the Gun Devil, in exchange for giving 1 year of every single American citizen's life. So that deal is made, the Gun Devil resurfaces, and Fujimoto shows that he is probably one of my favorite artists in manga, just for 2 specific incidents in this volume. Starting with the summoning of the Gun Devil. and it is just written like a report. On this date, at this exact time, down to the second, the gun devil appeared. And it starts shooting, and it says how many adults of a certain age, children of a certain age, were shot, probably through the head, based on however many distance away from its summons. And then it's just a list of all the individual people's names that were killed. It takes up the majority of the page, showing the destruction, the horror of gun violence, and the innocent people affected. And I'm going to just side note, I did not go over my heads or understanding that we have an outside official in the United States summoning a power he cannot control once unleashed to drop in a foreign country, causing devastation and mass casualties, only tens of thousands compared to other events, but in order to kill this enemy and stop a war or stop a future that would be bad for everybody in the world. So, eventually, the gun devil gets closer and closer to Makima, and she has everyone in like chains connected to her, including Aki and the power and the angel devil. And the angel devil did try to save Aki when it was revealed that Makima was just like, make a contract with me, summoning like a sword and trying to take her out. And then Makima is just like down. Angel devil falls, unable to touch her, and it's Makima like praises the angel devil, saying, "I'm impressed you were able to break away from my control, but it's too late." We got a little bit of flashbacks on the angel devil's past, about how when they first got to Earth or were summoned, made friends, fell in love, was happy until Makima came and it's just like, hey, show me your power. I can't. My power kills people. It's like, just do it. This is an order. Takes control of them and wakes up and just everyone they love is dead. Makima gets shot through the head, and then she dies, but she doesn't actually die because we learn that every time she is quote-unquote killed, someone else dies in her place via a contract that she made with like the government of Japan. And then she summons this monster above the gun devil to take him out. And while I care about that fight, Fujimoto decides that it is much more important to traumatize me to the point that I don't know if I can open a door anymore without feeling utter fear. So, cut to Denji, who's just minding his own business in his apartment, enjoying his nice life with his friends and family in his home that he's made with them, and there is a knock on the door. And he goes towards it, intending to open it and see who's there, who's knocking on his home's door. Only for to get a flashback of the nightmare, and Pochita saying, "Do not open that door. Do not open this door." And previously, Denji had decided that there are certain things that he just doesn't need to know. If he had known more about the assassins who were coming after them, he would have felt bad about having to kill them. If he hadn't known so much about power, then maybe he'd be fine with objectifying her and wanting to sleep with her and all that. But now that he knows her, he thinks of her like a little sister. It's only a familial bond that he has formed with her. So he's hesitant to open this door. And then the phone rings. And he goes and answers it, and Power comes up behind him saying, "Hey, what's going on? Why is the phone ringing? Who's knocking on the door? Are you going to answer that?" He's just like, "Just give me a minute, Power. Don't open the door. Don't open the door." And he answers the phone, and it's Makima. And she's just like, "Yeah, something's happened. Gun Devil showed up and took over a dead body, and now there's a gun fiend, at your door." And Denji's just like, "You're kidding. That's not right." And Power says, "Stop joking around. Like, Aki's should be coming home soon. That's probably him." And Denji, still not believing it, but you can see the fear in his face. Looks at Power, says, "Take Meowie and go out through the balcony. Something's up." So Power takes the cat, they go out, jumps off the balcony, and Denji goes to open the door. And I have never felt so much fear and anxiety, I don't think, from manga panels. Like, this is fear and tension. Tension's what I'm feeling. That I normally get in, like, horror thriller movies with a sound design, and you can hear that music, and you can feel the tension that's building and building, but it's the sound design that's getting it. And to get this feeling from just a couple panels showing a long hallway, showing Denji very slowly approaching it, getting further away from us, the viewpoint of the reader, and towards the door, seeing him, a panel of the hand touching the doorknob, getting ready to turn it, seeing him opening the door and his face before we turn the page, and we see a key with a gun sticking out of his face and his missing arm replaced with like a shotgun rifle going on. And my heart, the cold grip that went to my heart, putting it on her vice grip and leaving me utterly shocked. I wasn't full on sobbing, crying yet because I didn't know what I was seeing. I was in shock. And I think Denji's in shock too because he doesn't even, his brain can't comprehend what he is looking at. There's a fight. Denji gets blasted through a window, out the wall, and down onto the ground. And he tells Power it was a gun fiend, and Power's just like, no, that can't be right. The only scent I got in the hallway was the keys. And Denji's like, stop lying, Power. Why would you say something like that? And again, Fujimoto depicts this next fight in such a way that it impacts the most pain possible on me. I have cried myself out. I have no more tears to shed. We cut to a scene in a forest. It's so serene and peaceful, and it's childhood Aki, and he's just having fun in the forest. He's throwing snowballs. And he sees, I'm pretty sure it's still adult Denji there. He throws a snowball at him. Maybe it was a kid Denji. I can't remember. My brain is traumatized. It's mud. And he throws a snowball at him, playing a game. And then we cut to Gun Fiend Aki shooting Denji and blasting him out that window, out that door. And then back to the forest. And they're just intersected like that, where every time Aki throws a snowball, it cuts to the gun devil and he's shooting. And then an innocent civilian walks by, and Child Aki in the forest sees them. Is like, do you want to play too? And throws a snowball at them. Cut to the gun devil standing over this family massacred. We see the destruction of everything around them, the people who die. And then back to Aki as a child, so serene and peaceful, just having a snowball fight. And the people who are injured and dying run to Chainsaw Man now, Denji in his Chainsaw Man form, and cut their hands open and bleed into his mouth saying, save us, Chainsaw Man, you have to save us. Maybe I'm not out of tears. We see Aki in the forest with Denji again, and Denji's crying. He is sobbing as he's holding the snowball. And Aki is just like, why are you crying, Denji? I've never seen you cry before. You never cry. And then Denji throws the snowball. And Aki falls down into the snow, and he sits back up after, or no, I think he stays down. He's just like, huh, yeah, you got me. You win. That's okay. I don't like snowball fights anyway. They just make your hands cold. Cut to the present, and it's Denji standing over Aki's dead body, and the future devil up there in the air saying, Aki, you have died in the worst possible way for Denji. Cut back to the forest, and Aki is alone, and he looks around, and his little brother, who died in the gun attack previously, comes up to him with some gloves and a ball, and they go to play catch. And Aki is dead, and I am a mess, and how dare you? We're not done being traumatized. So, cut forward into the future where it's revealed that Aki had left half his money to both Denji and Himeno's family. Denji uses the money to buy him and Power a new apartment. They're eating well, physical needs are all taken, but mentally not doing well. And again, I just love the artwork in these volumes, the contrast of the heavy blacks and the bright whites and lack of gray, and it's just really pretty. And it's just cold. It matches the feeling. I am dead inside. Denji is dead inside and is so upset. And then Makima shows up. And this woman has the nerve to bring Denji back to her apartment. And she has the nerve to have a bunch of dogs. She does not deserve a bunch of dogs. So, Denji is explaining that he feels like an idiot, that he's not good enough, he doesn't want to live anymore, and he's tired of thinking, and maybe if he had been smarter, that he would have found some way to save Aki and he'd still be alive. And that favor that Makima had promised Denji in exchange for killing the Gun Devil comes due, and Denji asks for her to make him one of her dogs. That way he doesn't have to think, nothing will be his fault. And of course, that's what he wants in this moment, just to take all the pain away and not have to worry about decisions in life anymore. So Makima says, "Are you sure? Because my dogs have to be obedient to me." And he says yes. And then there is another knock on the door. And again, the flashback to don't open that door in that nightmare. And again, I'm like, how could this get worse? And it can get so much worse. So Makima very casually just says, "Oh, that's Power. It's good she's here. Denji, go open the door. I plan to kill her." Denji's like, "What? You're joking. What did you just say?" And they're walking towards the door, and they pass by this mural, and it's Loss of Paradise, Fall of Lucifer, and yeah, just walking towards the door. And Denji opens it, because Makima said to, and then Power's there, and she's smiling, and she's happy, and they're together, and they're going to go through this grief together. She has him a birthday cake because it's his birthday. And Makima just goes bang. And Power is dead. Her torso is destroyed. Blood on the wall. She falls down. Denji is in catatonic shock, staring over her dead body in shock. And Makima just closes the door and they go back inside. And she laughs, revealing her ultimate plan, because apparently when Denji made the deal with the Chainsaw Devil for Pochita to become his heart, that wasn't just a regular deal, it was a contract. In exchange for living a happy life, normal life, Pochita would be his heart. And Makima was looking for a way to break this contract where he no longer wanted a normal life, where he was no longer capable of living a normal life. So in order to do that, because he had found happiness living in poverty, like what could she do to make life so unbearable that he couldn't live it anymore? And what she decided was to give him happiness, to make a new baseline. Just, here is a purpose for living, here is a job, here is shelter, here is food, here is a family. Let me introduce you to Aki to be your big brother figure. Let me introduce you to Power, to make her be that bratty little sister, to give you hope and love and support and make you crave it and get used to it and normalize this being your normal. And then let me take it away from you. And from here on out, any happiness you get will be from me, and I will take away everything else. So if you get past your grief and make new friends, I will kill them. If you get married and have children, they will not live long. And she brings Denji back to the government building, and you see all these people just lined up bowing before her kind of thing, or kneeling before her, and Denji's still in complete shock. And I'm still in complete shock. And one of the panels has Power there, and I'm confused, but I don't have time to be confused, because then a rocket goes at the building and blows it up, trying to kill Makima. Proper thing. Thank God the trainer is here. He's come to take Makima out. Love that. Love that. I skipped over one more traumatizing scene with the door, because apparently I don't want to talk about any more door imageries. So when Denji asked previously back at the apartment, why are you doing this to me? And she's like, it's to make you atone for your sins. Like, I looked inside your mind, and children are very good at hiding bad things that they've done or blocking certain bad things in their life out so they can live a normal life, and I found yours. And apparently Denji did not, or Denji's father did not commit suicide. Behind that locked door in his mind is the truth that Denji killed him when his drunken father tried to kill him first. And then we have the adult Makima standing or hovering over this childhood image of Denji, saying like, It's your fault that Aki is dead. You helped me kill Power. You killed your own father. You can't hope to live a normal life. Isn't that right? And he's like, uh-huh. And then trauma, more trauma. When I'm done crying, that's when we go back to the government building, and that's when the rocket comes and blows them up. Thank God. Makima gets covered in bullets, and Chainsaw Man tries to protect her. The trainer, I do know his name. Kishibe. He gives the order, and then a group of other government agencies, all working to take down Makima, slit their own throats, summon the Hell Devil to fight Chainsaw Man and to go after Makima, and she's just not caring at all. Chainsaw Man gets taken to the other world, or to hell, and Makima is just like, killing me is going to do nothing, and Kishibe is just like, why are you doing this? And she's just like, I'm a fan of Chainsaw Man. You see, back in hell, devils would fight him or run from him, and he was killing everybody. But certain ones that he would eat and consume get erased from history. Like, no one knows who some of the greater creators of all the atrocities and all the horrible things in the world are, because they get erased. The memories of them get erased. The history from the past, everything is gone. How that works, I do not know. Like, does destroying the past not alter the present? Do people just not remember? Or did it ever not happen? I don't know. But then there's other examples like the human sixth sense and a certain star that would corrupt and destroy the minds of children, and 4 other possibilities that other than just death that happens at the end of a human lifespan, like greater exponential cosmic type horror stuff. And I'm like, I don't need to know that. Don't put that in my mind. But Chainsaw Man comes back, and whereas a second ago it seems like he was fighting to protect Makima, now she's like, careful now, I told him to save me, so he's going to try to kill me now. And then he does try to kill her. I don't know what's going on there. I don't care. If someone's trying to kill Makima, I'm not going to question it. Cut to Kabini, who is at this burger restaurant, may or may not be your family's, and Chainsaw Man just comes on in, and he's ordering a burger, and Kabini's just like, I guess I'm going to deliver you a burger. She keeps dropping, she drops it on him, he kills people. And do I understand what the point of Chainsaw Man devil form reenacting the wants of human Denji in terms of going on a date and eating a good burger have to do with what's going on now? Not really, but I don't care because I needed a breather. So we end with Kabini playing like Dance Dance Revolution or something at an arcade, and Chainsaw Man eventually going back to fight Makima, and all the other main devils of the series, like the Katana Man and all that, are there, and they're fighting, and we get more explanation previously on Makima explaining that she's going to use, if she can take control of any devil that she feels is beneath her or that she defeats in battle. So by defeating the Chainsaw Man or taking the Chainsaw Man captive kind of thing, she'll take his erasing ability to consume devils and erase other devils to destroy other devils, and therefore making the world a good, better place in her own image of what she feels is good and better, I guess. And then she shoots him up into the atmosphere, just gonna go bang, crash down from the atmosphere, ripped out Pochita's heart, lots of things are going on. And then, when it looks like everything is hopeless, we are in dream sequence world, and the blood that he had consumed from Power back a couple chapters ago is like taking physical form. So a remnant of her is still within him, and the consciousness of Pochita is talking to her, and it's just like, I need you to save Denji. Will you do this for me? And Power is just like, of course I will. He's my buddy. I'm going to save him. So she just breaks out of him in this weird blood devil form and fights Makima. And we know this is still Power in her consciousness because she declares that I'm the president and you're not taking what's mine, and takes Denji and running after fighting, and they jump into a dumpster. And then we're in just happy, normal human forms, and Denji's just like, I've lived a good life, I'm done, I've had enough. And Power's like, what the hell are you talking about, dummy? And he's like, even if we survive this, even if I'm healed, like, you're going to be gone. You're not going to be here when I wake up, right? And she's just like, you absolute dummy. You don't want to live just because I'm not going to be here with you? Fine. You're still an idiot. I'm a devil. I'm going to be reborn in hell after dying here in the real world. So go to hell, find the new blood devil. It's not going to be me, but make them me. Take the blood devil, befriend them, and turn them back into power, and then we can be friends again. And if that's not just beautiful, I don't know what is. Can we get power back? Can we get a key back? I don't know if it's possible to get a key back, but I'll take power. I am emotionally traumatized and I need power back. Eventually, Kabini and the teacher, Kashibi, all have to go into hiding because with everything Makima has done, it's made Denji appear to be a hero, or the Chainsaw Man to be a hero to the public, so that now people are no longer afraid of him, and that limits his power. And then Denji's going off about all he wanted was a normal life, and now he's always been subservient to other people, and Kabini's just like, well, that's life. You're always going to be following orders and rules of someone else. But Chainsaw Man's getting all this love, so Denji's just like, I want more. I want more of everything. I want more than just jam on toast. I want to eat steak for dinner every single day. I want to have like 10 girlfriends. And it's like, I want more out of life. So we've gone from poverty to I take the bare minimum of whatever affection and food and otherwise at the bare minimum that can be considered okay by a decent human being, to now I want everything. And I love that for Denji. He deserves more. I love that for him. So he has a plan. He's going to take on Makima. He goes to a graveyard. Her and all the others are coming up on her, and they're fighting. And at one point in time, Makima rips Pochita out of his heart, and if she had crushed him, I would have lost my mind. But she doesn't, so she defeats Chainsaw Man devil form and's holding Pochita and the heart form of him, and it's just like, it's gonna be you and me forever now, only for human Denji to come up behind her and whack her with a chainsaw, revealing that that had been like a Pochita kind of duplicate, and he had used Power's blood to create a chainsaw and take her out. And with the understanding that you can't defeat her with physical attacks, so he eats her. I'm gonna just brush by that. I'm 99.9% sure he eats her, and that's how they defeat Makima. And she's more or less dead. That works for me. That's fine. That is fine. However, we are not done, because when we meet with why is the name Kibishi the one that I'm struggling with now? It doesn't matter. Meets with the trainer in a park and is giving away the dogs and all that belong to Makima. It is revealed a human child, the control devil, has been reborn as this human child with no memories or understanding of what they've done in their past life. And Kishibe is just like, you're the best best choice to raise this girl and take care of her, which I disagree with strongly. However, Pochita is just like, in Denji's dreams, being like, my dream was always to be hugged, and you've done this for me. It was a very hard dream to achieve because I used to be so powerful, but now I want you to make the control devil's dream come true, and that was to have relationships on equal footing without influencing and controlling and causing fear, and just making her have a good, normal, happy family life. So Denji now has an adopted daughter, and why not? Cool. All for it. Do you know why? Because at the end of part 1 here, it's revealed that Denji is going to high school, and this boy needs an education, he needs a social structure, he needs friends, so I am fine with that, 100%. Denji is going to school. And that's the end of part 1. I love it. I'm emotionally traumatized. Very much so, but I loved it so very much. I recommend Chainsaw Man to everyone and anyone. It is just wonderful, and I can't wait to start the next part of this. There's not many chapters in part 2 yet, but I'm really excited to see where it goes. That is all I got. I will talk to you later.